y'all. Welcome back to my podcast, Real Talk with Liz D. This is a special episode. I know I said when we first started out recording my episodes Mondays and Saturdays, but y'all gonna get a bonus episode right quick because I charged my iPad. Yes, it's smashed. This was my replacement after my house fire from Aaron's. Keep in mind the one that went through the house fire. My ex-husband that did the domestic violence purchased didn't pay a fucking bill in my house, excuse my language, but didn't pay a bill in my house. Purchased an iPad for my birthday, which was my black one, which is also smashed. That went through the house fire though. Purchased it for me for my birthday and then only paid 1 month and then proceeded to tell me that I needed to pay for my own birthday present. Okay? Well, then the day I was supposed to have neck surgery, which then my health was deemed, because I have herniations that are splicing my spinal cord in my neck, and I also got herniations on my spinal cord that are compressing my spinal cord in my back. The day that the cab was in the driveway, come take me from an hour away to go. He had been treating me like shit, so I told him he could not. If he was going to treat me like shit, you're not going to the hospital with me. Mind you, keep in mind, during this, I was forced to take him back for 2 more years if I wanted a chance to see my kids again, even though I was proven not in neglect. His family, his dad and stepmother, which have child abuse and women abuse on their records, were fighting for adoption. In New York State, you're not supposed to be able to foster nor adopt a child if you have child abuse or spousal abuse on your records. I paid for my ex-husband's dad, because my ex-husband was proven in neglect. He was already out of my house. He was living down the street with his mother. Keep in mind. CPS forced me, Matthew Allen, in front of a witness. Because I wouldn't do anything without it being in writing or a witness present, because I didn't trust my ex-husband's family, because I was threatened that if I ever had my ex-husband arrested or ever to come to family court or ever try to leave him, I would never see my children again. That I didn't know the power that they held in that county, or let alone the power they held in New York State. That if I tried to leave or have him arrested, I would never see my children again, and they would ruin my life. Well, not only did they try to ruin my life the entire time I was with him, since this all happened, they've been, even though they succeeded, because mind you, keep in mind, I also had a health battles during all of this. I have lupus, I have, stuff going on. I ended up having a brain bleed, blood clots in my brain, blood clot in my jugular vein in my neck, COVID pneumonia. It's just 2 years into the whole case. But the day I was supposed to have neck surgery, after I was forced into silence because there was a gag order on me, keep in mind, his family ran in with CPS, and his family went to court and forced the judge, which was the family friend, to place Judge Allison Nelson in Oswego County in New York State. Look them all up. Oswego County CPS has been on the news. There's been kids that have ended up dead with CPS involvement. They let the child abusers, women abusers, men abusers, pedophiles, and all the people that should not have children, they allow those types of people to have children. Okay? But I will never forget it. April 14th. Actually, let me go back a little bit before I get into what happened to this iPad before we start reading it, okay? February 5th, 2021. No court order. Keep in mind. Keep in mind, at this point, my ex-husband is out of my fucking house. He had been out of my house since November 4th, 2020 when he tried to kill me in front of my children. Okay? He was arrested. He had 8 felonies, all sorts of different classes. Class A, Class B, C, E. 3 Class A misdemeanors. Altogether, he had 11 charges. They didn't sentence him until March of 2021, but wait, hold on, it gets more interesting. My kids didn't see their father for 3 months because he tried to kill me in front of my kids. He had busted up my entire house. Wasn't safe for my kids to see their father. He was off his mental health meds. He was diagnosed with bipolar. He was severely freaking nuts. He was not, I did not feel safe to even... His family would stick up for him because every time that there was abuse proven, I tried to go to the police department. Mind you, his brother's a correctional officer. Will Dumont is a correctional officer. He used to work for Attica, the prison that closed down. I don't know what prison he works for now. I'm going to pass out names because people can look it up. Mark Dumont Sr. has supposedly sent on his record. He didn't just do it to the one that his youngest child. He was kicked out of North Carolina because in North Carolina, and his son, which is like 20-something, almost 30 years old now, his son was 1 year old. He abused his son's mother so bad, and the child, that he was actually forced to come back to New York State. Okay, keep in mind. Keep in mind, before that child, his 3 children, which my ex-husband is one of them, his 3 children that he had his ex-wife, which is also an enabler. My ex-husband and his brothers learned from their dad and mother. I swear to God. I wish I could be making this up. Like, and then the stepmother is just as bad. I never met anybody that's more insane. Like, I've never met an immediate family that had that many narcissists in my entire fucking life. Excuse my language. Those people should never be allowed around children as long as they live. Sorry, I had to pause that for a second. Somebody was knocking on the door. So, back to where we were going with that. You can look up Mark Dumont Sr.'s public background check. I paid $1 for it. The courts were made aware of this, but anyway. Let me give you a little history. My ex-husband's dad, Mark Dumont Sr., and his mother, Dorothy Dumont, lost their fucking son in Oswego County when he was little. And mind you, his brother also had CPS involvement. He threw his son through a motherfucking wall, and they made him move out for a couple months and let him move back right around his fucking children. They have CPS in their fucking back pockets, but CPS allowed CPS in Oswego County. Well, this case was going on with my fucking children, where they were fucking ruining mine and my children's lives, enabling abusers, child and women abusers and scumbags and pedophiles, while they were allowing, and I've got well enough proof. I've got 11,136 screenshots, and I've also got several videos both on my iPad